Dylan Dreyer is in Nashville with a look at what's still ahead this morning.
Hey everyone, I am here in Nashville with Little Big Town. They are giving me a tour of Music City ahead of hosting the People's Choice Country Awards. And they are showing me all their favorite hot spots right here on Broadway, which is the heart of Nashville. So be sure to tune in to see all the places we went to. Coming up on the Today Show.
All right, so much in Nashville besides the music alone, just the culture, the food, the
amazing
bars, the boots there as Dylan's getting a taste of too.
That's right, all the fashion. What a fun assignment.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching early today. I'm Jessica Layton.
And I'm Frances Rivera. Hope you have a great one. See you back here when it's Friday. Preview of the weekend. Enjoy.
Glasgow, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more.
More?
More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
he's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Good Thursday morning. News 40 meteorologist Arius Mack with your News 40 Weather Authority tracking an active morning across south central Kentucky with rounds of showers and storms, which also poses the risk for flooding and also with intense winds and heavy rain. I'm tracking that all just ahead of my complete forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Today on News 40 Sunrise. On average, kids ages 8 to 12 spend 6 hours a day on devices, while teens spend up to 9 hours. And doctors say this much screen time can lead to health issues. We'll find out how you can help your kids limit their electronic use after school's done for the day. Plus, 7 GOP presidential hopefuls went head-to-head in their second debate last night. We'll discover what this means for the upcoming race for the presidency. Then, in just a few days, nearly 44 million Americans are going to have to start repaying their student loan debt. We'll learn some tips on how to get back on track and start paying those loans off without falling behind. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. Today is Thursday, September 28th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's go straight into our top stories. The former boyfriend of a Central Kentucky woman who disappeared more than 8 years ago is behind bars on charges stemming from the investigation. The FBI and Kentucky State Police said Wednesday that Brooks Houck was arrested without incident on charges stemming from the Crystal Rogers investigation. Court documents reported that Houck has been charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. Rogers was reported missing in Nelson County in July of 2015. Her car was found abandoned with a flat tire, and her keys, phone, and purse were still inside. Houck was her boyfriend at the time, but has denied involvement with her disappearance. With Kentucky's second fire hazard season coming up in just 1 week, Warren County Emergency Management and the Bowling Green Fire Department have some tips on how to keep you safe. They want you to know to be aware of the hazardous burn season and regulations for controlled burns. The departments are asking that anyone who attempts to burn natural materials like brush or tree clippings get a permit for their burn with the Bowling Green Fire Department. And if you live outside of the city of Bowling Green, they ask that you call the Bowling Green Police Department to notify them of your controlled burn.
We want to make sure that you're notifying dispatch requesting that burn permit. We want to make sure that you have a source of extinguishment, ideally a fire hose, and check the weather. Those are the big three things that we try to ask that the public does.
The measure is meant to ensure that fires do not get out of control and that the proper authorities have knowledge of the burns. And this weekend is the start of fall break for school districts across our area, and many of you are likely planning a trip to a sunny beach in Florida. But before you hit the road, beach safety officials ask that you remember these important tips while at the ocean shore. Be situationally aware. Make a note of a hotel name or location landmark you're close to while sitting on the beach. Being able to communicate where an emergency is happening could be the matter of life or death. Understand and obey the flags on the beach. Swim near a lifeguard and know how to escape a rip current. The South Walton Fire District also has this important advice for parents.
So that we know what we're looking for.
Vaughn also suggests that if you're visiting the Destin, 38, or Panama City area, sign up for text alerts for changing flags and daily water conditions. Just text SAFETY to 31279 to receive those alerts and text STOP to opt out when you're ready to head back home. That was a look at your top stories. Now let's bring in meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius, it was a wild morning.
Yeah, wild morning as we're tracking rounds of showers and storms across the area. Of course, it's bringing some beneficial rains, but the problem is it's bringing a little too much rain in such a short amount of time. So we are going to be watching for the risk for flooding. We do have a flood watch that goes until about 1 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. We're tracking these rounds of showers and storms. This is all associated with that wave of low pressure and an outflow boundary that's also been developing more showers and storms behind it. We take a little radar tour towards portions of eastern Warren County right now, towards the Oakland area, or at least south of Oakland, towards the Kepler community, Three Forks community, where you're seeing even some small hail embedded and also some intense winds and also some lightning out there. We at least have those gusts ranging anywhere between 30 to 40 miles an hour with some of these storms that are moving through. As you are traveling out and about to work this morning, be sure to take it easy on the roadways. Don't want you to hydroplane. More of those showers and storms still filling in from the west. Coming up in my complete forecast, I'm going to be timing out when we can expect these storms to move out of here in my full forecast. Weather on the Floor is brought to you by Deborah Rose, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank Studio in downtown Bowling Green. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And Step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
Jeez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
The wait is over. FanDuel Sportsbook's officially live.
FanDuel makes it so easy to get started.
And you can get paid instantly. That's like the whole point of winning. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise at 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. Smartphones, tablets, gaming consoles, and more. Children and teens spend a lot of time watching and using screens. On average, kids ages 8 to 12 spend 6 hours a day on devices, while teens spend up to 9 hours. And some experts say too much screen time can lead to lots of health problems. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has more with a pediatrician on how to limit screen time for kids after school.
It can be a battle. On one side, your child who wants to play their game or watch TV. On the other, you and a desire to keep them healthy.
Apps and games tend to suck you in, They're a time drain. They distract you from other things that you could or should be doing.
Dr. Gina Robinson with Cleveland Clinic says after school, many children want to turn to their devices or television, but setting screen limits is critical.
When you're spending a lot of time watching screens, you're not using your own imagination, you're not reading, you're not drawing, you're not doing sports and getting physical activity.
Robinson says it can also affect sleep. She recommends no screen time for children under 2. Those over that age should be limited to 2 hours. Start by setting limits before your child gets in front of the screen. Robinson says to set a schedule where screen time is only allowed a certain time of day and follow a routine.
You're not trying to kind of turn on a dime and change things in the middle.
Finally, limit access to the screens. Don't allow them in bedrooms at night, and make a rule that devices will be charged in a central area of the house.
They're going to be mad about it. They might have an attitude, but they're going to be mad at you a million times before they grow up. And remember that you're always doing things that are in their best interests.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
The Food and Drug Administration updated the label of the diabetes drug Ozempic to acknowledge reports of blocked intestines in some people using it. Ozempic and its sister weight loss drug Wegovy have recently soared in popularity. The medications mimic a hormone the body naturally makes to slow the passage of food through the stomach, which helps people feel full longer. The labels of Wegovy and a diabetes drug called Mounjaro acknowledge reports of intestinal blockage in some people who use them. Ozempic's label has been updated to say that as well. Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, GOP presidential candidates took to the stage last night in the second debate of the year. We'll see what some of the hot topics were.
Plus, I'm tracking intense winds and heavy rain and, of course, frequent lightning. That all just ahead of my complete forecast.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Morgan & Morgan is not only America's largest injury law firm, we're also the only injury law firm in the world with lawyers licensed in all 50 states. With dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, and many others, we have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
WNKY News 40 loves celebrating our viewers. That's why we bring you Soki's Birthday Club. Joining the club is free and simple. Visit WNKY.com/birthday, fill out the form, and click submit. That's it. Your name will appear on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon on your birthday, and you'll be entered to win a special birthday surprise. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating you because local matters. Soki's Birthday Club is brought to you by these great sponsors.
The first ever People's Choice Country Awards. Hosted by Little Big Town with performances from some of your favorite artists. Plus, your country champion and Icon Award winner. The People's Choice Country Awards live tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Niall thinks he's the king, but you better watch out.
I would never! I apologize for their antics.
You're going to get used to apologizing for us.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
7 GOP presidential hopefuls went head-to-head in their second debate last night on everything from securing the southern border to ensuring American economic growth. The far and away frontrunner once again not in the room, but still competing. Former President Trump holding his own event with auto workers in Michigan. Just a new poll shows President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump in a dead heat. Drew Petrimo has the latest.
GOP presidential candidates taking aim at each other and the frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, who wasn't even in the room, but is leading in the polls.
You're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record.
Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight.
The candidates' ire also focused on President Biden, who drew criticism on everything from the economy to border security.
Joe Biden waved the green flag. It told everybody to come. And now we've seen 6 million people cross the border. We've had more fentanyl that have killed Americans in the Iraq, Vietnam, or Afghanistan wars combined.
Wages are not keeping up with inflation. Auto workers and all American workers are feeling it, and families are struggling in this economy.
One issue dividing the Republican candidates, the war in Ukraine.
Our national vital interest is in degrading the Russian military.
The reality is just because Putin is not Putin's an evil dictator does not mean that Ukraine is good.
We're going to give Ukraine to Russia, and then we're going to give Taiwan to China, and think that's a foreign policy. That will make our nation less successful.
During the debate, Trump speaking to supporters at an auto parts supplier outside Detroit, seeming to poke fun at the candidates debating.
You know, we're competing with the job candidates. They're all running for a job. No, they're all job candidates. They want to be in the, they'll do anything. Secretary of something. They even say VP. I don't know. Does anybody see any VP in the group? I don't think so.
The latest NBC News poll shows Trump leading the Republican primary by 40 points.
Tracking an active morning across South Central Kentucky, News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack with a full look at your forecast on this Thursday. We're tracking rain that's moving through. It's bringing beneficial rains. In fact, we're catching up or even exceeding where we should be for this time of the month. But the problem is we're getting all this rain at once. So we're going to be watching for the concerns for flooding as we're going to be tracking rounds of showers and storms moving over the same areas of real estate. Here's the view of radar right now. We got a complex of showers and storms just towards our east there into Allen County and crossing over into Barron County, just atop Barron River Lake there, where you're also seeing some of the intense rains and, of course, those gusty winds. We got those gusts right around 30 to 40 miles an hour with some of these storms, and also frequent lightning as well being detected on radar. Also towards Logan County, just south of downtown Russellville towards Adairville, where you're seeing a strong complex of showers and storms there. And this is all continuing to work its way in across the region from west to east. This is all working its way around a wave of low pressure. Now, I did mention that we are getting a lot of rain out of this. Check out the radar estimated rainfall, and this is just over the last several hours or so. A general 2 to 3 inch spread is where you're seeing these brighter colors is what radar is estimating so far, and we're still adding more to these totals because it hasn't stopped raining just yet. We do have a flood watch that goes out through about 1 o'clock Central Time this evening. Or this afternoon, I should say. Here's radar, and notice you can see that area of low pressure where you can see that center of circulation atop Indiana there. We got a lot of this moisture working its way in from the south as that low continues to pull in that moisture and give us those rinse and repeat rounds of those showers and storms. Here are the current alerts, and in the green, what we have is a flood watch. And again, this goes until about 1 o'clock Central Time. Let's check out those temperatures. Right now, those numbers ranging anywhere into the middle 60s and low 60s out there. 62 in Munfordville as well as into Glasgow at 65. Currently at the Bowling Green Regional Airport thermometer. As far as things go, as we time out the rest of your day today, the majority of our rain chances, I think, will be mainly in the morning. As we go later throughout this afternoon, notice the coverage becomes more spotty. So looks like things are going to be drying out for us as we go later throughout this afternoon and evening, with a few spotty downpours still possible. And then things eventually really dry for us by your Friday. And for the weekend, it's looking pretty nice and spectacular. So we got to get through today with all of this rain and, of course, those storms that are moving through. But it's going to give way for a pretty pleasant weekend. I mean, it's going to be pretty nice. Sunshine's breaking back out, and temperatures into the 80s for those daytime highs on your Friday, your Saturday, and also your Sunday as well. So, again, looking pretty spectacular there. As far as things go for the latter part of the forecast period, even into next week, it looks like we're going to hold on to a pretty decent dry stretch, not tracking much in the way of any rain chances beyond today. So here's that 7-day forecast for you. Temperatures into the 80s. As we go over the next stretch of days, we're going to see lots of sunshine for the weekend. It's going to be pleasantly sunny. So that is some good news there. And then overnight lows ranging anywhere into the upper 50s to right around the low 60s as we go over the next several nights. Pretty nice, cool and refreshing mornings in store and warm afternoons in store as well. In fact, we could see some middle and upper 80s by Monday and Tuesday of next week. Remember, you can always scan to plan your day by scanning that QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
Injured in an accident? Let Flora Tappan and Stewart fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora Tappan Stewart says fight the system? It means personal representation with top attorneys. We fight for you against big insurance and pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora Tappan Stewart accident injury lawyers fight the system for you.
Hi, I'm Angie Steinhorst.
And my name is Mark Steinhorst, and we are the proud owners of Tuffy. We went down to Clarksville and left Tuffy here with a dog sitter. Tuffy shot out past him and took off running.
They posted, I think it was that night or the very next morning, on the Warren County, Kentucky Lost and Found page. Your pet goes missing or is lost, immediately get on that page. If we didn't have a sense of community, just being newer here, we certainly came out of this whole experience with a sense of community.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking. Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Did you know one of the most common reasons moms stop breastfeeding early is a concern about their breast milk supply? Many times, moms may think your baby isn't getting enough breast milk because your baby eats often. It's actually normal for infants to breastfeed 8 to 12 times a day. They may also cluster feed, meaning they may eat frequently, sometimes even as often as every half hour for a few feedings. If you have concerns about your infant's feeding or see signs of inadequate breast milk, contact a lactation professional and your healthcare provider.
Kia and Hyundai are recalling more than 3.3 million vehicles over potential fire risks. Federal regulators say Hyundai is recalling 13 different models from 2010 through 2015 because a brake fluid leak could spark a fire. Kia is recalling a dozen models from 2010 through 2019 due to a possible electrical short that can also ignite. Another important alert for parents, roughly 260,000 Rainbow Road Series board books have been recalled over a choking hazard for small kids. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the small rings that bind the book together can become detached. There are no reports of any injuries so far. Consumers can contact parent company Make Believe Ideas Limited for a refund on recalled products. And the company best known for its frozen meals, Stouffer's, is releasing its first ever advent calendar for the holidays. The limited edition Stouffer's Comfort Calendar will feature 7 family or individual sized meals and side dishes, including macaroni and cheese and French bread pizza. The calendar is available starting October 2nd on Stouffer's website at the price of $39.99. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
In just a few days, nearly 44 million Americans are going to have to start repaying their student loan debt. Starting in October, the first payments are due for most borrowers following more than 3 years of forbearance. And a significant number of student loan borrowers say they're dealing with payment shock. In today's Consumer Watch, a closer look and tips on how to get back on track and finally pay off that dreaded debt.
Student loan payments are back, adding to a growing list of things eating away at Americans' finances. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says 1 in 5 people with student loans are likely to struggle once their payments resume in October.
So it does feel like a even bigger burden for certain people. So there's kind of like this mix of feelings.
And according to a Bankrate survey, nearly a quarter of Americans with student loan debt say borrowing too much for their education is their biggest financial regret.
The numbers are so unreal and astronomical that I can't even fathom making a payment.
If I had that ability to talk to my younger self, I would have never, ever gone for that law degree. These student loans have been a noose around my neck for 20 years.
According to federal education.
The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a flash flood warning for Central Christian County in south central Kentucky, Central Todd County in south central Kentucky until 12:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday. At 6:21 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Hopkinsville, Elkton, Crofton, and Alliger. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads.
Yes, as we plan out your day, though, temperatures into the 70s to right around 80 degrees this afternoon, and those chances become spotty in coverage a little bit later. Your full forecast coming up a little bit later.
Big Red, welcome to WNKY. Are you ready to take over the studio? Tune in for Topper Tuesday on News 40 Sunrise. We'll sit down with athletes and staff to talk all things WKU every week on News 40 Sunrise.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
One is Superior Dentistry. Superior Dentistry comes standard at Chandler Park Dental Care. We're dedicated to providing you and your family with the highest standard of care. We are equipped with the most innovative and advanced technologies in dentistry. We've created an atmosphere that is judgment-free and comfortable to help you forget you're even in a dental office at all. We are a place that treats you like family. Give us a call to set up an appointment today and experience Superior Dentistry at Chandler Park Dental Care.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! A home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
There's challenges, and I love overcoming challenges.
When Better Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do for Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs.
Thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
Tracking an active morning of weather across south central Kentucky as rounds of showers and storms push through, bringing intense winds, some heavy rain, and frequent lightning. I'm going to be tracking out the timeline of these storms in my full forecast. It's 6:27. Now it's time to get you caught up with the latest on the top stories.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. The former boyfriend of a Central Kentucky woman who disappeared more than 8 years ago is behind bars on charges stemming from the investigation. The FBI and Kentucky State Police said Wednesday that Brooks Houck was arrested without incident on charges stemming from the Crystal Rogers investigation. Court documents reported that Houck has been charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. Rogers was reported missing in Nelson County in July of 2015, and her car was found abandoned with a flat tire, and her keys, phone, and purse were still inside. Houck was her boyfriend at the time, but has denied involvement with her disappearance. And with Kentucky's second fire hazard season coming up in just 1 week, Warren County Emergency Management and the Bowling Green Fire Department have some tips on how to keep you safe. They want you to be aware of the hazardous burn season and regulations for controlled burns. The departments are asking that anyone who attempts to burn natural materials like brush or tree clippings get a permit for their burn with the Bowling Green Fire Department. If you live outside of the city of Bowling Green, they ask that you call the Bowling Green Police Department to notify them of your controlled burn.
We want to make sure that you're notifying dispatch requesting that burn permit. We want to make sure that you have a source of extinguishment, ideally a fire hose, and check the weather. Those are the big three things that we try to ask that the public does.
The measure is meant to ensure that fires do not get out of control and that the proper authorities have knowledge of the burns. And this weekend is the start of fall break for school districts across our area, and many of you are likely planning a trip to a sunny beach in Florida. But before you hit the road, beach safety officials ask that you remember these important tips while at the ocean's shore. Be situationally aware, make note of a hotel name or location landmark you're close to while sitting on the beach. Being able to communicate where an emergency is happening could be the matter of life or death. Understand and obey the flags on the beach and swim near a lifeguard and know how to escape a rip current. The South Walton Fire District also has this important advice for parents.
Take a picture of your kids as they are on the beach that day so that if they do get lost, you can share the image so that we know what we're looking for.
Vaughn also suggests that if you're visiting Destin, 38, or the Panama City area, sign up for text alerts for changing flags and daily water conditions. Just text SAFETY to 31279 to receive the alerts, and then text STOP to opt out when you're ready to head back home. That was another look at your top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
Thank you for joining with us for Pet of the Day, sponsored by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Here we have Penelope. She's just a little over a year old. She loves treats. She loves to eat, but she is just a little skittish, but she is very sweet cat. If you want to go ahead and adopt Penelope, you can come down here over at the Warren County Humane Society today.
Meowsers.
I love
and
that.
Look at Penelope.
She's a cutie.
She is so cute. She's just kind of posing there next to the.
I know, she's like, I like this food.
Yeah, she could be on one of the covers of
I know,
the
it
food
really,
bags.
it looks like she could be right
she
there.
really
Oh
could.
my gosh, so adorable.
Yeah.
Well, you can take a bag of food and Penelope home with you from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
Well, coming up after the break, I'm tracking those showers and storms. I'm going to time out when we can expect things to dry out after the break.
Pictionary. Every weekday, Pictionary on NBC 40.
When Big Insurance denies a personal injury claim, put Flora Templeton Stewart's 47 years of experience to work for you. After insurance offered zero, we got $1 million, $1.55 million, and even $1.65 million. Injured in an accident? Call Flora Templeton Stewart Accident Injury Lawyers so we can fight the system for you.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features CJ Smoke Shack. To benefit the Alzheimer's Association, see the full lineup at WNKY.com. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
The time is 6:33, tracking showers and storms that are moving across south central Kentucky skies this morning. It's bringing beneficial rains our way, but the problem is it's bringing a lot of rain in such a short amount of time. So it's also going to pose a bit of a flood risk out there, especially in those low-lying flood-prone areas. You're seeing some intense rains towards the Barren River Lake area there to southern Barren County, and also into northeastern Allen County, also crossing in towards Monroe County. This is going to continue to work its way off towards the east, but also another complex of showers and storms there into southern Logan County, and also working its way in towards portions of Simpson County there, and then just right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border. This is all associated with an outflow boundary that's developing more waves of showers and storms behind it. So when you got those showers and storms moving over the same areas of real estate, that's why we do have that flood risk to watch out for. It looks like, though, the coverage becomes more spotty as we go later throughout this afternoon and things dry out later throughout this evening. Now I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Thursday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And joining me this morning is Amy Berg, here to talk all about this year's Skeleton's Lair. Amy, good morning.
He was not kidding about that win, was he?
I know.
Right, we got these big skeleton, it's a big photo op, and happy they were still standing
They're
this
still
morning
standing
after woo,
for
that blew
Skeleton's
through
Lair
last night.
Yeah, spooky season is upon us, and one of our favorite activities to do, favorite places to go, is Skeleton's Lair. And you guys are celebrating your 24th season.
24 years. Started out with our trademark Haunted Woods. We, through the years, added a haunted hayride, very popular. We have an actual haunted house and a really cool 3D animated area. People really enjoy that as well.
So what can people expect to see new this year?
We have a lot of, we try to fine-tune things throughout the years, but Blood Harvest, I say it's a bumper crop of evil pumpkins this year. Very big in our industry. Pumpkin Man, a very popular character for us. But pumpkins are the theme, and every year, you know, we have a celebrity guest. This year, a big one, Tyler Mane from Rob Zombie's Halloween. Lair Wolf is with us every year. He's our icon, our only costume character that has been with us the entire run.
Really?
24 years, yes.
That's amazing. So Tyler Mane coming in. When can we expect to see him?
He's in town October 20 and 21st. You know, it's so funny. This year is the 45th anniversary of the Halloween franchise. Matter of fact, in LA this weekend, all the cast and crew from all the movies, from the very original and 78 through today, all of those different personalities will be in LA meeting fans. Tyler's there this weekend as well. In a few weeks, the 20 and 21st, he'll be in South Central Kentucky. I always call Michael Myers Bowling Green's favorite son. We had a t-shirt last year that sold out, and but he's very excited to come here, meet the fans. Just so funny in the movies, all the references. Chestnut Street, we're sitting here on Chestnut Street, you know. So it's going to be an exciting time, especially for those diehard Michael Myers fans. That'll be their weekend.
I love it. It's so exciting, so much fun. Always happening at Skeleton's Lair. So when does it open up?
We are now open. Got the first night under our belt. We're basically open weekends now. Also this year we'll be open November 4th. That's what we call blackout. We turn all the lights out. We'll give you a flashlight. You go through on your own, a different experience, a lot of fun. But check out our dates, directions from a town near you. SkeletonsLair.com.
I love it. Amy, as always, thank you for being here and sharing one of the best things to do during this season. Appreciate it.
Happy Halloween season.
Happy Halloween season. That was a look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, meteorologist Darius Mack is back with a full look at this morning's forecast. Stay with us.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed. because our teachers and students deserve it.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
Get a little spooky with your favorite pup at the inaugural Pupkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Sign up for early bird registration now and receive a free t-shirt and pumpkin. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Do you want to experience the sets? The pit? And you heard about Zombieland. You can only witness this at the house.
The Hilltoppers host Middle Tennessee Thursday, September 28th. Be sure to wear your best WKU red shirt. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/Soki Survivor. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
It's been an active morning across southern and central Kentucky with intense winds, some heavy rain and frequent lightning moving across the area. We take a look at radar right now and you can see a line of showers and storms working their way in from west to east. We even have a complex of showers and storms there into southern Barron County, northwestern Monroe County. This is also producing just some heavy downpours there just east of Van River Lake. But where we're seeing the majority of the activity at this time towards Christian and Todd and even parts of Logan County. And just right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border there is where we're seeing just another wave of showers and storms. This is all associated with an outflow boundary that's been developing more showers and storms around it. And it's been, of course, bringing in that localized flood risk as well, especially when you got showers and storms moving over the same areas of real estate. That does pose that flood risk. And check out the rainfall totals, at least estimated by radar, over the last several hours. I do want to point out for the month of September, our normal, at least for the month, precipitation should be around 3¼ inches of rainfall. And so we're already pretty much catching up to that. We're getting a pretty decent dent in the lack of rainfall that we've been dealing with this month. The problem is we're getting all of this at once. So that is posing that flood risk for us today. So we'll have to watch for that, especially in those low-lying flood-prone areas. Wave of low pressure essentially on top of Indiana there. And you can see the center of circulation. It's pulling in moisture from the south, so we also have those rounds of showers and storms still developing back towards the west, say just south of St. Louis, Missouri. We're just going to be watching for those chances for showers and storms as we go mainly through the morning. I think that's when we do have our best time window for more widespread showers and storms. Latest alerts, we have a flood watch that goes through about 1 o'clock. Central Time this afternoon. Looks like there is a flood warning there in place for parts of Logan County this hour with that complex of showers and storms that's moving through. We take a view, weather views, courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet. You can see, a tractor there, it's WKU Farm, but also in the distance you can see the storm cloud there. Meanwhile, in Monroe County, you have at least some sunshine showing up there. As far as things go, though, temperatures into the 60s. 63 degrees at the Woodbury thermometer, 65 degrees in Russellville, 64 in Franklin. And Futurecast, as we plan out the rest of your day, notice the majority of our rain chances mainly this morning. We go by this afternoon, and then that's when the showers and storms become more spotty in coverage. So we'll have some dry time throughout the second half of the day. In fact, we'll have more dry time during the second half of the day as opposed to right now. And as we go for your Friday, we're looking pretty dry. Temperatures starting off into the 60s by Friday morning. Your Friday afternoon looking pretty spectacular. So we just got to get through today. before we track a pretty spectacular weekend on tap for us. Temperatures will be in the 80s. We'll have the sunshine back in the mix as well. So it's going to be pretty nice and fantastic, especially if you have any outdoor plans or anything to attend to for this weekend. Here's that 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. And notice the sunshine Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be really nice and sunny on your sunny Sunday. Temperatures are right around the low to middle 80s for those daytime highs. Some middle 80s by Monday and Tuesday. We've got a few clouds thrown in the mix for Tuesday and Wednesday, but otherwise it looks like we're tracking a pretty decent dry stretch following today. Overnight low temperatures right around 60 degrees for those morning lows. Don't go anywhere. We got more of News 40 Sunrise, but let's wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
At Brewster's, we believe life is a celebration. Don't limit yourself to birthdays or holidays. Create a custom cake anytime. Our creamy homemade ice cream catapults the ordinary into the extraordinary. Treat yourself today at Brewster's.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features CJ Smoke Shack. To benefit the Alzheimer's Association, see the full lineup at WNKY.com.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
We are Marquee Digital. Digital marketing specialists that will help reach your audience. Visit us now at marqueedigital.media.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
You're going to bless people every day.
Something hits you in your heart. We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. The WKU tennis team released their 2023-24 schedule. Schedule includes a few fall invitational events before the spring season. Head coach Greg Davis will look to grow from a 15-11 record with a squad full of returners, as well as Anna Marie Kopeka, transfer from Campbell University. The team will travel to Eastern Kentucky on January 15th for their first match of the spring. And Lady Topper golfer Katie Craig earned the Conference USA Golfer of the Week honor yesterday following her performance over the weekend. The Lady Paladin Invitational, she was able to be the runner-up in the individual standings at 8 under, helping the Tops finish 3rd overall. This is Craig's second CUSA Golfer of the Week honor this season. And WKU football is set to open conference play tonight at home against Middle Tennessee State University. The Tops are looking to break their 2-game losing skid after falling on the road to Ohio State and Troy. So there's no place like home. Offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead spoke on how the team has looked so far this season.
We had to replace, you know, a good amount of guys on offense, guys that hadn't played a ton of football, some transfers. So through 4 games the first month of the season, seen some really, really good things out of those guys, and then seen some things that we need to improve on, not only as players but as coaches too. You know, and I think where we're at, the self-scout evaluation you do after 4 games, I think we've kind of figured out where we need to be more efficient and what we need to do to win ball games.
Well, that's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. October may be right around the corner, but there's still some great weather left to get outside and get active with Bowling Green Parks and Recreation. News 40's Michael Ridgway tells us about some new things they have in store. Take a look.
Kind of gives you a little bit more resistance there.
We've recently added what you see behind me, which is the fitness court. So it's called the fitness court at Lovers Lane. And it's just a unique opportunity to prevent other fitness activities and ideas for anybody to come out and enjoy the court for free.
It's been there for a few weeks, but now they'll be holding classes for the public to attend. Funded through a grant, the fitness course comes with an app as well to help you out if you're not really feeling instruction.
So I will be at the fitness court starting October 9th through October 30th, Mondays and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5. We're going to have a 7-minute workout, 7 different exercises.
The fitness court at Lovers Lane is something new to Bowling Green that allows you to still get fit, but out in the fresh air.
But the nice thing about having an outdoor fitness is that, number one, it's outdoors. People enjoy the natural outdoor environment. It's in a beautiful facility like Lovers Lane. There's so much going on at this facility. We have walking trails.
It could also offer some peace of mind for those weary of their appearance.
The nice thing is you don't really have to worry about the crowd. Some people don't like to be indoors because they either feel like there's a lot of people around or they feel like at an indoor facility, people are watching them.
If you have any questions or want more information, Parks and Rec encourages everyone to text them. But of course, they just want everyone to be active and comfortable in Bowling Green, because local matters. Michael Ridgway, WNKY, News 40.
Still to come on News 40 Sunrise, we'll take a look at the Kentucky Orphan Brigade for this week's Throwback Thursday. Plus, Darius Mack will have another check of our forecast. We'll be right back.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
The Kentucky Museum at WKU is your museum, a place where Kentuckians come to know Kentucky. With free admission, the Kentucky Museum strives to inspire, elevate, and transform. Discover contemporary art, explore folk traditions, and learn about Kentucky's vast history. Get to know the Kentucky Museum Wednesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, visit wku.edu/Kentucky Museum. Special thanks to Abound Credit Union for its promotional support.
Why didn't we do this last year?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Remember the pain, canceled plans, the worry?
That was then. And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency, to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Guess who's here today, y'all?
Hi, Kelly.
Hello, yes, it's and we're revealing our obsessions.
I've done almost 80 escape rooms. My friends are like, let's go out. And I'm like, I'm going to lock myself in a room and just try to find my way out.
Next, Kelly. Do I need to say more? You feel like a sausage being freed from its casing.
Weekdays at 3 on WNKY NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise, and as always, thank you so much for joining us. The time is now 6:51 a.m. I'm Tommy Modesto. Kentucky had a star on both the Union and Confederate flags during the Civil War. Barron County is the birthplace of General Joseph Lewis, who commanded the famous Kentucky Orphan Brigade. In this week's Throwback Thursday, News 40's Telia Butler tells this 200-year-old story.
Many Throwback Thursday segments have covered how Kentucky, both geographically and politically, played on both sides of the American Civil War. Southern Kentucky was particularly interesting as the Confederate influence grew stronger the closer to Tennessee. Exactly 199 years ago, Joseph Lewis was born in Glasgow, the man who would grow to become an attorney, soldier, state representative, chief justice of the state court, and ultimately commander of the Kentucky Orphan Brigade, the South's most famous and successful brigade of the entire war. Joseph Horace Lewis was born in October 1824 in Barron County, the son of John and Eliza Lewis. John had been a soldier, serving under Andrew Jackson in the War of 1812. Joseph attended the local public schools, graduated college from Centre in Danville, became an attorney, and returned home to Glasgow. He was elected to be a state representative from Barron County from 1850 to 1854. When the Civil War began, Lewis organized the 6th Kentucky Infantry Regiment for the Confederate Army from a Bowling Green headquarters in September 1861. Kentucky had a star on both the Union and Confederate flags. By 1862, the Union Army had pushed Confederates out of southern Kentucky, but the Kentucky Orphan Brigade was actively engaged in deeply southern battles from Shiloh to Chickamauga to Sherman's march through Atlanta. The Orphan Brigade had more victories than any other Confederate brigade, not that they were enough, as we all know the outcome of the war. But General Lewis returned to Kentucky after the war, continuing his political service to the state and eventually becoming Chief Justice of the Kentucky Court of Appeals. Living to be almost 80, he died in July 1904, and newspapers across the country printed his obituary. The Orphan Brigade held many reunions throughout the early 20th century, from Bowling Green to Glasgow to Cave City. The General Joseph Lewis Monument sits in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery, and visitors may notice the General's son is buried next to him, who also fought in the Civil War at the Battle of Shiloh. That's it for this week, brought to you by Hart County Tourism and the Kentucky Museum. In Bowling Green, because local matters, Talia Butler, WNKY News 40.
Continuing to track some storms across the area, especially towards the west into portions of, say, Simpson County, Logan County, and also, by the way, Logan County aerial flood advisory out due to all of the rain that you're seeing. Monroe County also seeing some downpours and even some small hail embedded, but we're also seeing some gusts approaching 30 to 40 miles an hour at times, and also frequent lightning. So intense winds, frequent lightning, and also heavy rain, and it is, of course, posing that flood risk as we're going to be tracking rounds developing round after round behind each other. So got that moving over the same areas of real estate that does pose that risk for flooding. Here's your commuter forecast. The AM drive 64 degrees, the lunch run 73 degrees. Notice we're still looking at pretty decent chances for those scattered showers and storms, but those chances become more spotty in coverage, at least by the PM drive. Don't go anywhere. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise right after this.
Every Tuesday evening, now through October, from 5 to dusk, come join us and go cruising for a cure. Rev up for fun, fellowship, and cool cars. Cruise on in behind Brewster's Real Ice Cream on Scottsville Road in the Southern Lanes parking lot. We're raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association, and Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Join us now for Cruisin' for a Cure. Presented by J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapels.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek.
Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking. Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40. Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Well, it is a big day for Kentucky. We've been talking about it for months. Sports betting.
Yes,
online.
It starts online
today.
It does. And it's perfect time because Western plays tonight against MTSU, the 100 Miles of Hate. And I tell you what, if there's a game you want to bet on,
this one?
It's probably this one because
I always
might
loved
put some money
this
on.
rivalry. I loved the blood drive.
Yes,
I loved,
yes.
you know, I just loved the competition.
Brings a little edge to it now.
Yes,
Yeah, it
this
brings a little edge
does.
to
It does. But it's, you know, obviously been a long time coming. We've been talking about it for a really long time. I know a lot of people are so very excited. So it's just, you know, an added element to sports.
I know, and it's just the fall season. It's here. I'm excited. I was actually just joking. We're all wearing black except for me.
Yeah.
You two are in the
We're ready.
spooky black Halloween season, and I'm still in September over here.
I'm ready.
And
Amy was here talking about Skeleton's Lair. I'm ready for it.
Ready
Spooky
for it.
season.
Ready for the spookies. And
yeah.
you might have been a little spooked this morning hearing some thunder.
That's what I was about to say.
Some lightning out there, but
it's like it was dry all month long.
And then here we are getting all the rain at once.
coming in with a vengeance. And it was like, hey.
September said, you know, let me just do everything at once. Let me just
be
like,
extra.
Oh,
let me catch up. Yeah,
be
extra.
a little extra today.
Yeah.
There was some flooding on the roads too when I was driving in, so you know you got to be careful out there. Make sure you don't hydroplane and be mindful of just standing pools of water.
Yeah, especially in those low-lying flood-prone areas with all of the rain that we've got. I mean, radar is estimating at least over 2 inches of rainfall over the last several hours. So, and I think our month-to-date rainfall, what we should have normally is around 3 1/4 inches of rainfall. So we're getting that all pretty much at once, which can, you know, create issues. Of course, it puts a dent in our lack of rain, but yeah. It's just getting all that at once. But anyway, let's check out that 7-day forecast. As we go over the weekend, things are looking nice and dry and pleasant. Temperatures into the 80s. And morning time temperatures starting off right around 60 degrees. You're going to have those nice, refreshing, cool mornings and those pretty nice, pleasant, warm afternoons for the weekend and even into next week. Looks like we're going to remain pretty dry.
All right. Thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us at home this morning. We look forward to seeing you right back here